The producer behind the Jordan Peele horror films, Get Out and Us, is back with his latest efforts. That film is called Antebellum, and like the name suggests, it is set during that time before the American Civil War. A time when slavery and its associated horrors were still an accepted part of daily life. But rather than tread the same lines as many of the other films with such a backdrop, the new film uses it to tell a psychological horror tale, even though it doesn't quite stick the landing. Hi guys, Michael Abayemi here, and today I'm reviewing the new psychological horror film, Antebellum. Antebellum opens with a sweeping shot of a southern plantation, where Confederate soldiers have taken up residence. Janelle Monáe plays Eden, a slave on this plantation. It is immediately clear that she doesn't belong there, even as she struggles to come to grips with the horrors that she and the other slaves are being forced to endure. This isn't helped by the fact that the soldier in charge of the plantation takes up a keen interest in her. But she must work up the courage to help the other slaves, who look up to her as their only chance of escape, to whatever sanctuary might lay beyond the borders of the plantation. Antebellum is a prime example of a strong opening that doesn't lead anywhere worthwhile. It is also a tough film to review, simply because most of the enjoyment I gleaned out of it stemmed from how little I knew about it going in. The film employs a non-linear storytelling technique, one that only works to heighten the sense of unease and confusion directors were going for if you go into the film blind. But chances are you've seen trailers for the movie already, or at least read a synopsis. And in the off chance that you haven't, I've done my best to avoid spoilers of any kind. The film is especially frustrating because it boasts some very stunning cinematography and solid production overall. It's clear that first-time directors Gerard Bush and Chris Renz definitely had their sights set on something great. But the biggest offense present in their horror film is the fact that the film isn't all that scary to begin with. At least not in a traditional sense. The ideas on display are quite horrific, for sure, but the fact that most of the film never really amounts to anything undermines their impact. Ultimately, what we get is a revenge movie that doesn't offer nearly as much satisfaction as it thinks it does. Antebellum never manages to justify its existence outside of a strangely unique premise. All the elements for a great movie are there, but they fail to connect in any meaningful way, thereby resulting in yet another film that is neither greater than the sum of its parts, nor solid enough for me to recommend. I will give the film a 5 out of 10. And that's what I thought about Antebellum. Have you had a chance to watch the movie? What did you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. And until the next one, this is Michael signing off.